The red dust of Mars swirled around Dr. Elena Vasquez's boots as she made her way across the desolate landscape. Her heart raced with anticipation, each step bringing her closer to what could be the greatest discovery in human history. The joint NASA-ESA mission to establish a permanent research base on Mars had been progressing smoothly for months, but nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to uncover. As Elena approached the mysterious structure hidden beneath the Martian regolith, she couldn't help but marvel at its sleek, otherworldly design. It was unlike anything humans had ever constructed, its surface smooth and seamless, with an iridescent sheen that seemed to absorb and reflect light in impossible ways. "Base camp, this is Dr. Vasquez," she spoke into her comlink, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm at the site. You're not going to believe this." Back on Earth, in the bustling control center of the Martian Colonization Initiative, screens flickered to life with Elena's helmet cam feed. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the room as the alien structure came into view. Dr. James Chen, the project's lead astrophysicist, leaned forward in his chair, his eyes wide with disbelief. "Elena, are you seeing any signs of an entrance or access point?" As if in response to his question, a section of the structure's surface began to ripple and shift. Elena took an instinctive step back, her breath catching in her throat as a doorway materialized before her eyes. It's opening," she managed to say, her voice a mix of fear and excitement. The next few hours were a blur of activity as the Mars team carefully explored the alien facility. What they found inside would change the course of human history forever. The structure was an observation post, filled with advanced technology and data archives spanning thousands of years. As they decrypted and translated the alien information, a chilling truth emerged. Earth had been quarantined by a vast galactic civilization, its inhabitants deemed too volatile and dangerous to be allowed free rein among the stars. The Mars outpost was part of a network of monitoring stations scattered throughout the solar system, tasked with ensuring humanity remained confined to its cosmic prison. As news of the discovery spread, the world erupted in a cacophony of reactions. Governments scrambled to maintain order, religious institutions grappled with the implications for their faiths, and conspiracy theorists reveled in vindication. But amidst the chaos, a spark of determination ignited in the hearts of scientists, engineers, and dreamers across the globe. Dr. Chen stood before a hastily assembled panel of world leaders, his normally calm demeanor replaced by fierce intensity. "We've been lied to, contained and stunted in our growth for millennia," he declared, his voice resonating through the chamber. "But now we have a chance to break free, to claim our rightful place among the stars." In the weeks that followed, a global initiative unlike anything seen before in human history took shape. The Mars Discovery Coalition, as it came to be known, brought together the brightest minds from every nation, united in a single purpose: to reverse engineer the alien technology and develop humanity's means of interstellar travel. Dr. Vasquez found herself at the forefront of this monumental effort, working tirelessly alongside a diverse team of scientists and engineers. The alien observation post on Mars became their laboratory, its advanced systems slowly yielding their secrets under human scrutiny. As months turned into years, progress was made in leaps and bounds. Quantum computing, once a theoretical concept, became a reality. Energy production reached unprecedented levels of efficiency, and materials science underwent a revolution as researchers unlocked the secrets of alien metallurgy. But with each breakthrough came new challenges. The team knew that their work couldn't remain secret forever. Sooner or later, the alien custodians of Earth's prison would discover that their quarantine had been breached. 5 years after the initial discovery on Mars, Dr. Chen stood before a prototype faster-than-light drive, its design a fusion of human ingenuity and reverse-engineered alien technology. The device hummed with potential, representing humanity's ticket to the stars. "We're almost there," he said, his voice filled with a mixture of pride and apprehension. "But we need to move quickly. Our window of opportunity is closing." Unbeknownst to the humans, their activities had not gone unnoticed. Deep in the void between stars, an alarm sounded on a massive alien vessel. The Guardians, tasked with maintaining Earth's isolation, stirred from their long vigil. The quarantine had been breached, and the cosmic jailers were coming to restore order. As humanity stood on the brink of a new era, poised to break free from their celestial confinement, the stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate of an entire species. The Great Awakening had begun, and there was no turning back. In the shadowy corridors of power, world leaders grappled with the implications of their newfound knowledge. The United Nations convened an emergency session, its members divided on how to proceed. Some advocated for immediate disclosure to the public, arguing that humanity deserved to know the truth about its place in the universe. Others counseled caution, fearing that such revelations could lead to global panic and societal collapse. Amidst the political turmoil, a clandestine group of visionaries emerged. Led by the charismatic tech mogul Zara Patel, they saw the alien technology not just as a means of escape, but as a catalyst for human evolution. Patel's corporation, Nebula Industries, became a driving force behind the development of human-alien hybrid technologies. "We stand at a crossroads," Patel declared in a leaked video that quickly went viral. "We can cower in fear of our cosmic jailers, or we can seize this opportunity to transcend our limitations and claim our destiny among the stars." As debates raged and preparations intensified, a sense of urgency gripped those in the know. Astronomers detected unusual activity in the outer reaches of the solar system, signs that the alien guardians were stirring from their long watch. In a secret facility beneath the Atacama Desert, Dr. Vasquez and her team worked feverishly to complete the first human-built faster-than-light ship. The vessel, christened Phoenix, represented the culmination of years of research and the hopes of an entire species. As the Phoenix neared completion, a startling discovery was made. Hidden deep within the alien archives on Mars was a star map, revealing the location of other quarantined species across the galaxy. Humanity was not alone in its cosmic imprisonment. The revelation sparked fierce debate among the Mars Discovery Coalition. Should humanity focus solely on its own escape, or should they attempt to liberate other imprisoned civilizations? The decision would shape the course of their cosmic jailbreak and potentially alter the balance of power in the galaxy. As Part 1 draws to a close, the stage is set for humanity's daring bid for freedom. The Phoenix stands ready, a symbol of human determination and ingenuity. But as the final preparations are made, the shadow of the approaching Guardians looms ever larger. The Great Awakening has set in motion events that will reshape the destiny of not just Earth, but potentially the entire galaxy. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, poised between the familiar confines of their terrestrial prison and the vast, unknown freedom of the cosmic frontier. As the first part of our saga concludes, the question remains: will humanity successfully break the chains of their celestial incarceration, or will the alien guardians arrive in time to crush their dreams of liberation? With tensions mounting and time running out, the next phase of humanity's greatest adventure is about to begin. The cosmic jailbreak awaits, and the universe will never be the same. The subterranean facility hummed with activity, a stark contrast to the desolate Atacama Desert above. Dr. Elena Vasquez stood before a holographic display, her eyes darting across streams of data as she fine-tuned the Phoenix's FTL drive. The ship itself loomed in the cavernous hangar beyond, its sleek lines a testament to the marriage of human ingenuity and alien technology. "How are we looking, Elena?" Dr. James Chen's voice crackled through the intercom. Elena swiped through several simulations before responding. "The drive's stable, James, but we're pushing the limits of our understanding here. One miscalculation, and we could end up scattered across half the galaxy." James chuckled, though there was an undercurrent of tension in his voice. "Well, let's aim for keeping ourselves in one piece, shall we? The fate of humanity is riding on this." As they worked, news feeds from around the world played on screens throughout the facility. The global mood was a mixture of excitement and fear. Governments had finally disclosed the truth about Earth's quarantine, and reactions varied wildly. Some saw it as an opportunity for unity and progress, while others descended into panic and chaos. In New York, the United Nations was in an uproar. Ambassador Kira Yamamoto of Japan stood at the podium, her voice firm despite the heckling from some delegations. "We cannot allow fear to dictate our actions. Yes, the revelation of our cosmic prison is shocking, but it also presents an unprecedented opportunity for human advancement and unity." Meanwhile, in Silicon Valley, Zara Patel was holding a press conference outside Nebula Industries headquarters. Cameras flashed as she unveiled a series of consumer products incorporating reverse-engineered alien tech. "This is just the beginning," she announced, her eyes gleaming with ambition. "Soon, every home on Earth will have access to technology that was once the stuff of science fiction." Back in the Atacama facility, Elena and James were joined by Captain Alejandro Reyes, the seasoned astronaut chosen to lead the Phoenix's maiden voyage. His weathered face was set in grim determination as he reviewed the mission parameters. "We'll have one shot at this," Reyes said, tracing the planned trajectory on a star map. "Once we break Atmo, we'll need to activate the FTL drive immediately. The Guardians will be on us the moment we leave Earth's shadow." Elena nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. "The drive should give us enough of a head start. But where exactly are we heading, Captain?" Reyes zoomed in on a cluster of stars. "Our primary goal is to escape the quarantine zone. But thanks to the star map we found on Mars, we have a secondary objective." He highlighted a particular solar system. "This is the nearest quarantined planet. If we can make contact, we might find allies in our fight against the Guardians." As the team finalized their preparations, a commotion erupted in the facility's command center. Frantic voices called for Dr. Chen and Dr. Vasquez. When they arrived, they found the center's main screen filled with a chilling sight. A massive alien vessel had entered the solar system, its design matching the descriptions found in the Mars archives. "The Guardians," James whispered, his face pale. "They're here earlier than we anticipated." Elena's mind raced. How long until they reach Earth? A young analyst swallowed hard before answering. "At their current speed, less than 72 hours. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Their timetable had just been cut drastically short. Elena turned to James, determination blazing in her eyes. "We need to launch now. Ready or not, it's time to break these chains." What followed was a whirlwind of activity. As news of the approaching Guardians spread, governments worldwide mobilized their militaries, despite knowing their weapons would be useless against such advanced technology. The Phoenix crew, originally planned to be a small, elite team, was hastily expanded to include representatives from various nations and scientific disciplines. Zara Patel, leveraging her influence and resources, managed to secure a spot on the mission. If we're making history, she argued, Nebula Industries needs to be part of it. As the Phoenix was prepared for launch, humanity held its collective breath. In homes, public squares, and refugee centers, people gathered around screens, watching as their future unfolded. The launch itself was a clandestine affair. Under the cover of night, the Phoenix rose from its subterranean cradle, its anti-gravity generators allowing for a silent ascent. As it breached the atmosphere, the ship's cloaking technology, a marvel of human-alien hybridization, kept it hidden from conventional detection methods. On the bridge, Captain Reyes gripped his chair as Elena initiated the FTL drive. "All hands, brace for faster-than-light travel. Dr. Vasquez, on your mark." Elena's fingers flew across the control panel, making last-second adjustments. FTL drive spinning up, initiating jump in 3, 2, 1. The stars outside the viewscreen blurred, and a sensation like being stretched and compressed simultaneously washed over the crew. In a flash of otherworldly light, the Phoenix vanished from Earth's orbit, leaving behind a faint ripple in the fabric of space-time. Moments later, alarms blared on the Guardian vessel as it detected the energy signature of the FTL jump. The cosmic jailers had arrived, only to find their prisoners had already fled. As the Phoenix hurtled through the cosmos, its crew marveled at the streaks of light racing past them. They had done it. Humanity had broken free from its celestial shackles. But their journey was far from over. Elena slouched in her chair, exhausted but exhilarated. "We made it," she breathed, scarcely believing her own words. James squeezed her shoulder, his face a mix of pride and concern. "We're out, but now the real challenge begins. We're aliens now, Elena. Fugitives in a galaxy that's never known free humans." Captain Reyes' voice cut through the moment of reflection. "We're approaching our exit vector. Prepare for reversion to normal space." As the Phoenix slowed, the star streaks coalesced into pinpoints of light once more. The viewscreen filled with the sight of an alien solar system, the home of another quarantined species. Zara Patel, her eyes wide with wonder, spoke for everyone aboard. "Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Contact. Let's hope they're friendly." As Part 2 concludes, the Phoenix and its crew find themselves in uncharted territory, both literally and figuratively. They successfully escaped Earth's quarantine, but now face the daunting task of navigating a galaxy filled with unknown wonders and dangers. The Guardians are undoubtedly in pursuit, and time is of the essence. The fate of humanity now rests on the shoulders of this diverse crew of explorers, scientists, and visionaries. As they approach the alien world, questions race through their minds. Will they find allies or enemies? Can they forge a coalition strong enough to challenge the Guardians? And what other secrets does this vast, cosmic prison hold? With the chains of Earth's isolation broken, a new chapter in human history is about to unfold among the stars. Continue. Part 3. The Cosmic Jailbreak. The Phoenix hung in space, a gleaming testament to human ingenuity against the backdrop of an alien star system. On the bridge, the crew watched with a mixture of awe and trepidation as the sensors analyzed the third planet from the system's sun, a world eerily similar to Earth, yet undeniably alien. Captain Alejandro Reyes broke the tense silence. "Dr. Vasquez, what are we looking at?" Elena's fingers danced across a console, interpreting the flood of data. "Breathable atmosphere, gravity about 1.1 times Earth normal. There's definitely life down there, and if the Mars archives are correct, an intelligent civilization." Zara Patel leaned forward, her eyes gleaming with curiosity. "Any signs of advanced technology? Something that could help us against the Guardians?" Before Elena could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. Dr. Chen's voice was tight with urgency. "We've got company." Multiple ships dropping out of FTL at the system's edge. The main viewscreen shifted, showing a fleet of sleek, predatory vessels rapidly approaching. Their design was unmistakable. Guardians. "How the hell did they find us so quickly?" Reyes muttered, already moving to battle stations. Elena's mind raced. The jump. They must have been able to track our FTL signature. We didn't have time to mask it properly. Reyes nodded grimly. "Right. We knew this might happen. Initiate First Contact Protocol Alpha. We need to warn the planet below and hope they're willing to help." As the Phoenix dove towards the alien world, Elena worked feverishly to compose a message. Years of linguistic and cultural studies, combined with data from the Mars archives, had prepared them for this moment. The fate of humanity might hinge on these first words. The message was simple. "We come seeking refuge and alliance. Like you, we have been imprisoned by the Guardians. Together, we may find freedom." Minutes felt like hours as they awaited a response. The Guardian ships were closing in, their weapons charging. Just as it seemed they'd have to fight their way out alone, the planet's surface lit up with activity. A voice crackled through the comm system, the words alien yet somehow understandable thanks to the translation matrix. "Greetings, fellow prisoners. We are the Zorans. Your arrival was foretold. Come, join us in the struggle for liberation." Relief washed over the crew, but there was no time to celebrate. The Phoenix plunged into the atmosphere, escorted by a swarm of Zoran defensive craft. Behind them, the Guardians engaged in a fierce battle with orbital defense platforms that had suddenly sprung to life. As they descended, the true scale of Zoran civilization became apparent. Vast cities sprawled across the landscape, their architecture a blend of organic forms and advanced technology. But there were also signs of conflict, weapons emplacements, shielded bunkers, and the scars of past battles. The Phoenix touched down in a massive hangar, and for the first time, humanity came face to face with another intelligent species. The Zorans were vaguely humanoid, with iridescent skin and large, multifaceted eyes. Their leader, Supreme Coordinator Sci-Fi, approached the ship as the crew disembarked. "Welcome, humans." Sci-Fi's voice resonated both audibly and telepathically. "Your arrival marks the beginning of a new era. For millennia, we have prepared for this day." Elena stepped forward, momentarily overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. "Supreme Coordinator, we're grateful for your help, but I'm afraid we've brought trouble to your doorstep." Sci-Fi's multifaceted eyes seemed to twinkle. "Trouble has been our constant companion, Dr. Vasquez. The Guardians have kept us contained, but not complacent. We've been developing weapons, shields, and ships in secret. Your escape was the signal we've been waiting for." As if to emphasize the point, the ground shook with distant explosions. The battle above raged on, but the Zorans seemed unperturbed. Zara Patel, ever the entrepreneur, saw an opportunity. "Supreme Coordinator, we bring technology and knowledge from Earth. Perhaps together, we can turn the tide against our jailers." Sci-Fi nodded, gesturing for them to follow. "Come, we have much to discuss and little time. The cosmic jailbreak, as you aptly call it, has only just begun." The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. As the Guardians laid siege to the Zoran homeworld, humans and Zorans worked tirelessly to combine their technologies and strategies. The Phoenix's FTL drive was integrated into Zoran ships, while human weapons systems were enhanced with Zoran energy manipulation techniques. Elena found herself working closely with Zoran scientists, marveling at their advancement in fields Earth had barely begun to explore. "Your understanding of quantum mechanics is incredible," she remarked of her Zoran counterpart, Vex. Vex's skin shimmered with patterns that Elena was learning to recognize as amusement. "And your species' adaptability is equally impressive. Together, we may yet break the chains that bind us all." Meanwhile, Captain Reyes and Zara Patel were deep in strategic discussions with Sci-Fi and the Zoran military leadership. The star map from Mars had revealed the locations of other quarantined species, and a bold plan was taking shape. "A coordinated uprising," Reyes mused, looking at the galactic map. "If we can contact and liberate even a handful of these civilizations." Sci-Fi finished the thought. "We could create a force the Guardians cannot ignore or easily defeat." As they'd planned, Dr. Chen made a breakthrough in the Zoran archives. "Elena, look at this," he called out, excitement clear in his voice. "The Zorans have legends, prophecies about a time when the prisoners would unite. But it's not just mythology, there's hard data here, patterns in Guardian behavior over millennia." Elena's eyes widened as she absorbed the information. "James, if we're interpreting this correctly, the Guardians aren't just jailers. They're shepherds, guiding our development. But why?" Before they could delve deeper into this mystery, alarms blared once again. The Guardian siege had intensified, and Zoran defenses were beginning to buckle. On the command deck, Sci-Fi's voice rang out. "The time has come. We must launch our counteroffensive now, or risk losing everything." Captain Reyes nodded grimly. "Agreed. Phoenix crew, prepare for immediate departure. We'll lead the charge to the next quarantined world." As the combined human-Zoran fleet prepared for launch, Elena felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. They were about to attempt something unprecedented, a multi-species jailbreak on a galactic scale. The ships rose as one, punching through the weakening Zoran defenses and engaging the surprised Guardian fleet. The battle was fierce, but brief. Enhanced with Zoran tech, the Phoenix led the charge, its weapons tearing through Guardian shields. As the battered fleet prepared to jump to FTL, Elena looked back at the Zoran homeworld. Part of her wondered if they'd ever see it again. Ray's voice pulled her back to the present. All ships, prepare for synchronized jump. Next stop, freedom. In a flash of light, the fleet vanished, leaving behind a stunned Guardian force and a liberated world. The cosmic jailbreak had truly begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. As they hurtled through FTL towards the next quarantined world, Elena couldn't shake the questions raised by the Zoran archives. Why had the Guardians imprisoned them? What was the true purpose behind this cosmic quarantine? The answers, she suspected, lay further ahead in the vast, star-studded expanse of the galaxy, and humanity, once confined to a single world, was now at the forefront of uncovering this cosmic mystery. Part 3 concludes with the united human Zoran fleet racing towards their next destination, carrying with them the hopes of imprisoned species across the galaxy. The cosmic jailbreak is in full swing, but the greatest challenges and revelations lie ahead. The balance of power in the galaxy is shifting, and the true nature of the Guardians and their grand design remains to be discovered. Continue. Part 4. First Contact and Diplomacy. The combined human-Zoran fleet dropped out of FTL at the edge of a new star system, its ships gleaming against the backdrop of an alien sky. On the bridge of the Phoenix, Captain Reyes surveyed the scene before him, his experienced eyes searching for any sign of Guardian pursuit. "Status report," he commanded, his voice steady despite the tension that hung in the air. Dr. Elena Vasquez's fingers danced across her console. "No sign of Guardian activity in the system, Captain, but I'm detecting some unusual energy readings from the third planet. It's unlike anything we've seen before." Zara Patel leaned forward, her entrepreneurial instincts piqued. Could it be a weapon, something we could use against the Guardians? Before anyone could respond, a shimmering hologram materialized in the center of the bridge. The crew gasped as they found themselves face to face with a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and pulsing. "Greetings, liberators," the being's voice resonated directly in their minds. "We are the Luminarians. Your arrival fulfills an ancient prophecy. Welcome to Novalis." Captain Reyes, recovering quickly from the surprise, stepped forward. "I am Captain Alejandro Reyes of the starship Phoenix. We come seeking allies in our fight against the Guardians." The Luminarian's form flickered, conveying what seemed to be amusement. "Fight? Oh, my dear physical beings, there is so much you have yet to understand. Please join us on the surface. We have much to discuss." As the hologram faded, the crew exchanged bewildered looks. This was not the reception they had expected. Supreme Coordinator Tsila's voice crackled through the comm. "Captain Reyes, what are your orders?" Reyes took a deep breath, weighing their options. "We proceed as planned. Prepare a diplomatic team for surface contact. Dr. Vasquez, Miss Patel, you're with me. Dr. Chen, you have the con." As the away team shuttled down to Novalis, they were struck by the planet's otherworldly beauty. The surface was a swirling mass of energy patterns, with structures that seemed to defy the laws of physics. They were greeted by a group of luminarians, their energy forms coalescing into vaguely humanoid shapes. The leader, introducing itself as Axon, guided them to a grand hall that shifted and reformed as they walked. "For eons we have waited for this moment," Axon's thoughts echoed in their minds. The convergence of the imprisoned species, each bringing their unique gifts to challenge the great design. Elena, her scientific curiosity overriding her caution, couldn't help but ask, "You speak as if you know why we were quarantined. Do you understand the Guardian's purpose?" Axon's form pulsed with what might have been a chuckle. "Understanding is a journey, Dr. Vasquez. The Guardians are not our enemies, but rather the caretakers of a grand experiment. An experiment in which we all play a part. The revelation sent shockwaves through the away team. Zara, ever practical, voiced what they were all thinking. If this is all some cosmic experiment, why help us? Why not just stay in your quarantine? Because, Axon replied, the experiment is nearing its conclusion. The time has come for the subjects to rise and meet their creators as equals. But equality must be earned, not given. Over the next few days, the humans and Zorans were introduced to the vast knowledge the Luminarians had accumulated over millennia of quarantine. They learned of other imprisoned species, each developing unique traits and technologies in isolation. The Luminarians, it turned out, had evolved beyond the need for physical form, becoming beings of pure energy and thought. Their weapons were, in fact, tools of cosmic understanding and manipulation. As the diplomatic talks progressed, a new plan began to take shape. Instead of a violent rebellion against the Guardians, they would initiate a peaceful but forceful demonstration of their collective advancement. Elena found herself working closely with a Luminarian scientist named Syra, delving into the nature of reality itself. Your understanding of quantum entanglement is primitive, Katira communicated, not unkindly. But your intuitive leaps are fascinating. Together, we may unravel the very fabric of space-time. Meanwhile, Zara Patel saw the potential for a galactic economy unlike anything ever conceived. Imagine, she mused during a strategy session, a trade network spanning multiple quarantine zones, exchanging not just goods, but ideas and technologies. Captain Reyes, for his part, struggled with the shift from military action to diplomatic maneuvering. I'm a soldier, he confided to Sylar during a quiet moment. I'm not sure I'm cut out for this kind of cosmic negotiation. Sylar's multifaceted eyes seemed to soften. We are all venturing into unknown territory, Captain. Your leadership and adaptability are more valuable than ever. As the days turned into weeks, more quarantined species were contacted. The crystalline harmonics of Theta Praxis, with their living technology. The void dancers of the Nyx Nebula, masters of dark matter manipulation. Each brought new perspectives and capabilities to the growing alliance. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Cultural misunderstandings led to tense moments. The warlike Krell of Zeta Draconis initially saw the alliance as an invading force, leading to a brief but fierce skirmish before diplomacy prevailed. Through it all, the specter of the Guardians loomed large. Long-range sensors detected increased activity across the galaxy. It was clear that the cosmic jailers were aware of the growing insurrection. It all came to a head when a massive Guardian vessel appeared on the edge of the Novalis system, but instead of attacking, it broadcasted a message across all frequencies. Attention, quarantine species. Your collective actions have triggered the final phase of the grand design. Prepare yourselves. The trial of ascension begins now. As the message faded, the assembled leaders of the Alliance looked to each other in shock and anticipation. The true purpose of their cosmic imprisonment was about to be revealed, and the fate of multiple civilizations hung in the balance. Elena, her mind racing with the implications, turned to Arxon. What is the trial of ascension? The Luminarian's form pulsed with a mix of excitement and trepidation. It is the ultimate test, Dr. Vasquez. A challenge that will determine whether we are ready to join the greater galactic community or remain in quarantine for another age. As Part 4 concludes, the narrative has shifted from a tale of rebellion to one of cosmic awakening. The alliance of once imprisoned species stands on the brink of a revelation that could reshape their understanding of the universe and their place in it. The stage is set for the final confrontation, not a battle of weapons, but a test of wisdom, cooperation, and the very essence of sentience itself. As the trial of ascension looms, our heroes must draw upon everything they've learned and every alliance they've forged to face the ultimate challenge. The true nature of the Guardians, the purpose of the quarantine, and the destiny of multiple civilizations are all about to be unveiled in the grand cosmic arena.